Mayor Dan Pope with a Friday weekly update. I hope you've had a great week. It's been busy in our world. Let's start by going back to Tuesday night. Our council meeting Tuesday was chock full of activity. We first got a report from staff regarding the American Rescue Plan. Now, those are the dollars that will be flowing to our community from the feds related to COVID relief, COVID response. And there's some specific guidelines as to how they can be used. And this was the first conversation that staff had with us. And we will be discussing this at our July council meeting. So more to come on that. It was just to kick off. The educational information is available on video on demand. You may want to watch it. Following that, we got a report from our subcommittee, our Future Needs Subcommittee. They've been working all year long and recommending projects to us, capital needs that we need to address. And I think the best part of it is that as a council, we decided that day to move forward with a street bond for November. It's been 12 years since we've had a street bond. We can't keep up with our growth without, going to citizens and asking to fund arterial streets. And so in the video next week, I'll be going into detail about that street bond. You'll find it, I think, very interesting. A few more things. Several of you asked me about charter review. So we got the recommendations at our meeting on June 8th. We were briefed in executive session this week about the potential charter changes. We will talk about those on our meeting, our next meeting, July 13th, and try to decide where we are as a council and what our next steps are. To change the charter, it requires a vote of the citizens. We've done that very few times over the last 40 years. We do believe that there are some parts of the charter that need to be updated, and I would not be shocked if you get a chance to vote on that later this year. More to follow on that in more detail at some point later this summer. Today, as you're seeing this video, our Ports to Plains board is meeting in Lubbock. We meet several times a year. It's members from all over Texas and really throughout the Great Plains. Ports to Plains that route goes from Laredo to Lubbock and Lubbock to Amarillo and all the way to Canada. And so we have partners in Colorado and in Nebraska and in New Mexico and in North and South Dakota, and as well as certainly all over Texas. So we've met. A little bit of good news from the legislative session about Ports to Plains. Governor Abbott signed last week, I believe, the bill that was passed. We're thankful for Senator Perry and Chairman Price, other members of our delegation, for their help on this bill. The bill creates a I-27 advisory commission. It's a logical next step from the work that we did after the last legislative session. And so we're thankful for that. And that group will go to work this fall. Let's see, something to think about for next week. Next Monday night, the 28th, at 6:30 p.m. at Fire Station 4. So that's in the Arnett Benson neighborhood, 2504 Cornell. Beginning at 6:30, they're going to have an open house. You're going to see Lubbock Fire and Rescue start doing this at different parts of the community, trying to just open it up to citizens and kids. And just and so they're going to start next Monday night at Station 4. Hopefully you can attend that. Finally, Sunday in Lubbock will be the Lubbock 70.3 Triathlon, Ironman Triathlon. It's going to be fantastic. We have 1,600 people, athletes participating. Only 4% of those from Lubbock. These are people that are coming to our community. They're going to stay in our hotels, eat in our restaurants, shop in our stores, and most importantly, they're going to really exert a lot of energy on Sunday. They start that morning early at Lake 6, historic Dunbar Lake, at 6:30. They'll finish on the Tech campus. The first finishers will probably finish in about 4 hours, so around 10:30. But they'll be finishing well through the morning and early afternoon. It'd be a great place to go to the Tech campus. It's going to finish on the engineering key. They're actually going to run 3 laps on a course on the Tech campus as they run that 13.1 miles that finishes off the triathlon. So maybe you'll have a chance to go out and cheer those folks on. Finally, I'm, as always, thankful for your good ideas and your support and your words of prayer. I look forward to talking to you next week. Hope you have a great weekend.